HS2. Does the humble snail mourn its pace? Is there grave concern on the sloth's face, that being innately and greatly tardy is somehow lazy and foolhardy? Is the loris unrushed rather than slow, having no particular place to go, or a need to get there at higher speed, enough to make your eyeballs bleed? Does a tortoise blush at its leisurely crawl, or is he just happy absorbing it all? The seahorse blissfully gallop free, unconcerned by its immobility. If you're the hunter or even the prey, there's pressure to get or get out of the way. I get that, to fill your own stomach and not end up in someone else's. But when unpursued, it seems wanton to destroy Albion, just to get somewhere quicker, without even a flicker of thought. We hurtle towards uncertainty in the name of productivity, but the insane done with efficiency merely hastens on the lunacy. Which begs the question, what precisely are we accelerating for? More? More what? We're ungrateful for what we've already got. Our fear of downtime makes true presence a crime, as if stillness was an illness to be inoculated against. The Lorax ain't here to speak for the trees, those ancients we kill with mechanical ease. The hills and the fields will be quiet no more, no buzz of a bee, just a high-speed train's roar. One day perhaps we will look back and see our reflection in our own obstinacy, the delusion in which we crowned ourselves master, our role in this rapid unfolding disaster. Until then we weep for the things we will lose, the owls and the woodlands that don't get to choose, when our country succumbs to this railroad blaster. Scream if you really want to go faster. The markets recover. Believe your eyes, believe your ears, believe in the tracks of your hot salt tears. They're coming to play on your hopes and fears the way they've been doing for 50 years. You're not enough, you're a bit too fat, you're a better person for feeding your cat, a top-end brand of fish in a tin with a deathless ocean contained within. Buy our stuff and you too will belong. Come sing along to our catchy song. We're targeting you because our data said so. It's funny because you'll never know why you're actually buying this shit. A subliminal urge, then point and click. Believe your eyes, believe your ears, believe in the tracks of your hot salt tears. Our nature is singing for hope, not fear, the way she's been doing for billions of years. Exuberance. Remember when you rushed out into the world, bouncing like a grasshopper, sliding up trees with monkey enthusiasm, mud-caked, knee-scraped, sun-baked, a carefree life of narrow escapes, adventures of pratfalls and bird calls, running headlong through ripe summer corn, reminiscence of meadow scents, and the cool embrace of the blood-salt sea. This youthful outpouring wasn't exploring. It was the world welcoming you back in. re-enter the wild. Goats in Landudno, not knights in white satin, as my friend Sarah and I both misheard and misremembered in moods of blue. There's deer grazing in Raglan, wild boar scruffling along the Champs-Élysées. Coyotes, wolves and even bears are hanging out in the laid-back suburbs of California. Cows bask like sunbathers on a Corsican beach, whilst a moose dances through a Lithuanian town. On the loose, like the pumas and cougars on the prowl, all exploring their very own global human zoo, or just playing on the roundabouts like the Preston lambs. Normally a poem like this would be a naive fantasy, but for once reality triumphs over poetry, and that's really rather lovely. The real Twitter. A sonic wave of birdsong sweeps across the Kentish gloam, a twilight-sung tsunami that draws the darkness home, a grounded, dusky chorus strung out from pole to pole, a billion feathered voices sing, then silence for the soul. And on the sweet earth's flip side floods joyous tide of dawn, a playful bird crescendo greets in a fresh new morn. Relief and reassurance breaks day of night so long. Two bands of circling singing, earth girt by ancient song. Being natural. If we listened to the voices of our fellow living things, would we hear a different language of subtle murmurings? A truer test of empathy there really cannot be than to genuinely imagine what it's like to be a tree, or a slug, or a feral fox, or a blossoming white flower. The fly against a window pane lives lifetimes in an hour. I wonder what they make of us in our manic lunacy, tearing through existence with no time to stop and be. I think I know the answer to their deeper question brewing. I'm sure they take one look at us and think, what the fuck are those guys doing? Ghosting the wild. COVID's been about the corvids from our roof atop the hill. Jay's sharply tailored plumage, brightly feathered, preen to thrill. The spider hunting magpie and its raucous grating calls on the trail of fat arachnids in the cracks between the walls. Crow's dark and brooding menace, king bully of the birds. Tool users are the rulers in a realm of song, not words. They've always been my neighbours, but I had no time to care through the presence of attention, but they were always there. Then there's chubby greedy pigeon who now eats out of my hand, my soft appreciation for the resilience of this land. The lustful warbling blackbird singing from his treetop perch. To catch new love's attention he continues in his search. The gang of lively parakeets squabbling in the leaves. The calm and focused industry of solitary bees. When I think of all the kindnesses the creation's gently hosting, I wonder at our thoughtlessness for the wild that we've been ghosting. and all nature softly whispers in the shell-like of my ear. You didn't always see us, but we were always here. Home. Some say it's where the heart is, or where they lay their hat. It's where you play away from, and charity starts at. A woman's place is in it, the old school might suggest. There's really no place like it, where chickens roost and rest. It's where the cows come back to, and where the bacon's brung. An instruction to Driver James, a brilliant baseball run. To miss it feels sickly, in a way that tastes quite sweet. It's castles of the Englishman, firm ground to plant your feet. It's not what's packed in boxes, that's just a load of tat, the odd debris of life's accruals, but I can't live without that. We carry it with us always, it's buried deep inside, the truth of home's not going, 'cause we've already arrived.